Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm with Lauren Concrete. We're a NRMCA social media task force member. So NRMCA asked me to come up here and talk about social media, and we'll see if they made a huge mistake or not. So, like I said, I'm with Lauren Concrete. We're based in Austin, Texas area. We were founded by brothers Ronnie and Ray Klatt in 1986. They had a dream to be the best concrete company in town. And starting out from scratch, suppliers were tough on them. Competitors tried to squeeze them out, but they persisted because their motto is failure is not an option. So today we have 26 plants and 2 aggregate quarries in Central Texas. We also have 400 plus employees. So one of the things that make Lauren Concrete unique is our core values that we live by, and that's safety, integrity, respect, ownership, responsiveness, positive attitude, professionalism, and teamwork. All these things make Lauren Concrete who we are. We take these core values and we use them every day in everything that we do, and I think it really helps us stand apart to be the world-class concrete company that we are today. A part of that is our mission statement, which is to deliver a world-class experience to our customers, employees, and the communities we serve. So delivering a world-class experience to our customers looks like delivering the best quality concrete, the best service. Delivering the world-class experience to our employees is caring about our employees and treating them how we would like to be treated. And then with our communities, we give back a lot and we do a lot of community events, and we just really care about our impact in the communities that we serve. All right, so I'm going to dive into why I'm here, which is Lauren Concrete on social media. So I began with Lauren in 2018. We didn't have any social media presence whatsoever, and I was told to tell the Lauren story. And one of the ways that we do that effectively is through social media. So we acquired LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram in the beginning, and I really didn't know quite what I was doing. I didn't know a whole lot about concrete in general, and so it was really just kind of a guinea pig experience where we're going to see how it went. So that's kind of my background with social media and Lauren Concrete. So today, as you can see, we have a lot of followers on those platforms, which is a really cool thing to see. Something that I wasn't sure about, I didn't know a whole lot about, kind of take off. So over the years, some of the topics that I feel like are in the mix that have been really impactful in the communities is special projects, talking about projects that are really cool in our community, but also maybe we overcame an obstacle in that project. So highlighting something like that, or technology, new technology. Lauren Concrete stays on the leading edge of technology, so we always love highlighting that. People are our backbone and make us who we are. So highlighting people is very important to us, as well as sustainability, customer testimonials, National Day, Week, Month calendars, events, especially like National Ready Mix Driver Appreciation and National Construction Safety Week, things like that. And also community engagement, opportunities for us to give back to the communities we're in, whether that be going to an elementary school and doing a job fair, bringing a truck, kids love that. And then giving back in volunteerism. We have something called Lauren Gives Back, and that's really important for us to highlight on our social media since it's such a huge deal to us. And also the last one, humor. I feel like there's been times where humor, when it's in the topic, works really well, surprisingly, and I'll get into more of that later. So I'm going to kind of go into some examples of some posts that did really well on our social media. One of them is a project spotlight I posted on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. This project specifically was very important to highlight because it was a map pour in downtown Austin on a Friday night, so busy, bustling, hustling downtown city, and we poured a total of 3,000 plus yards overnight from Friday to Saturday with no lost loads, which is a huge accomplishment. And so I got some photos of some of our guys working, as well as photos of the project itself. And as you can see, here's the social media post itself on our Facebook. Got a lot of likes. I think it got 80 likes, which is huge for us. And that just does really well to show our capabilities, but also it's a great thing for our employees to be like, I did that. So I think that's why it did really well too. And the second example of a post that did really well was an employee spotlight. And so this is Clive. He's one of our ready mix drivers in our West region. And I put together 5 social media posts highlighting our drivers for National Ready Mix Driver Appreciation Week. And I just asked him a couple of questions about where did you get your start, what's something challenging about being in the ready mix industry, things like that. And people loved just hearing his story. And it's a great example of just highlighting our people, which is so important to us. So, and I posted this on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So, my third example is for National Construction Safety Week. This kind of ties in with the humor a little bit. Not that safety is funny by any means. But for this, I was inspired by a series that I had seen, and I was like, how funny would it be, to show one of our drivers like looking around a job site like, hey, something's wrong here, for National Construction Safety Week. And it did very well. Humor when it's relevant, when people can relate with it, it does really well. And this is an example of a reel, and I posted it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. So, and I was going to say that if you can't read the caption, it's Happy National Construction Safety Week from Lauren Concrete. If you see something, say something. And then I went into, all jokes aside, safety is so important at Lauren Concrete, and it's important to be safe at our plants, on our job sites, etc. So I'm going to go into a little bit of a breakdown of how I did put together this social media post. I am a huge fan of Canva. I don't know if you've heard of the Canva app, but sometimes I feel like making reels on my phone and manipulating a small tiny video is very frustrating. So you can actually make a reel in Canva on your desktop. So that's kind of what I did, is I opened my Canva app. I chose to make an Instagram reel canvas, and then I uploaded the original video as well as the driver video, and I spliced them together to make this awesome video that I downloaded to my phone and posted on our social media. Another really cool thing about Canva is that you can actually put that app on your phone. So you can go into your desktop, make the reel, and then go back in on your app and just download it to your phone, so that way you can upload it to social media from your phone directly. So that's a really cool thing I wanted to highlight. Okay, example 4 is going to take some explanation. I understand that this is very eye-grabbing, and that's part of the reason why it did so well on our social media. So here's the background. We're in Austin. We have the F1 races. We've got COTA, Circuit of the Americas. So a race was happening in Austin, and the Oracle car was actually flown by helicopter to the racetrack. And this picture was all over social media. It was all over the news. Like, people were talking about it left and right. And I remember seeing it on online and being like, how funny would it be if I put one of our trucks there? So what I did is I went into Canva, once again, and I chose to make a Facebook post. I uploaded the original photo and then a picture of our truck. So one of the really cool things about Canva is you can use the background remover app and click on a photo, remove the background, and all of a sudden you have a photoshopped photo that you can superimpose onto another photo. It's great. It's like Photoshop for dummies, at least for me. So I downloaded that photo to my phone and I shared it on social media, and LinkedIn alone got like 380 likes, which is huge for us. Like we average maybe 50 likes, maybe. So relevant humor works. And in this instance, it even grabbed people's attention that were outside of the concrete industry that didn't know anything about us. They just saw the photo and they were like, this is awesome, and then they went and followed Learn Concrete. So it was kind of a cool best of both worlds. So I know I've yapped a lot, but I wanted to leave you with just a couple of tips that have helped me over the years. Like I said, I started in 2018 with our social media, and I am media marketing, social media, all the things at Learn Concrete. So it's a challenge sometimes to feel like I'm the only person, I don't know if I can do it, but you can. And some of the things that have helped me is remembering to quality over quantity is a huge thing. I'm constantly trying to remind myself, don't post things just to post. Like, make something that's meaningful, that your followers really want to see. If you feel like you should post something because you should, you probably shouldn't. That's kind of my motto, at least. And then lastly, like I said, my favorite quote is do what you can with what you have where you are. And that's kind of spoken to my story at Learn Concrete, is just do what you can with social media. That's how I started, is I just did what I could. I learned from other people in the industry by following other accounts, and I just did what I could. You don't have to have anything fancy. You could start with this. Like a lot of things, I just have my phone. That's all I use. So those are the two final tips I'll leave with you today. So if you're not sure about social media, all this stuff, Social Media Task Force is an awesome group to be a part of, and I would highly recommend it. Just like really cool people that are willing to talk about, yeah, we dealt with this, or we saw, really good results from this post, and you really do learn a lot when you're just in community with other social media managers, and at least that's how I feel. I've learned a lot so far, and like I said, follow us on social media and see what we're doing, because I feel like that's helped me, is just following other concrete companies, seeing what they're doing on social media, and it's helped me in my skill as well. So that's all I have for you, but if you have any questions, please feel free to stay here and I'll hang out, answer any questions you have. So
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
But when you answer the question, I want you to answer it with the question, because your might. And you hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm hoping we will talk about too is you did this grassroots right from the ground up, right? You built this by yourself essentially for a major ready-mix producer. We've got lots of major ready-mix producers all over the country who haven't had the foresight to put somebody in the seat to try to do this. And what I'd like you to talk a little bit about, if you mind, Kirsten, is what would you say to that company or those companies about what you've learned and why it's important for the industry and companies in the industry to take advantage of this tool?
Okay, yeah. So you're asking, why is it important for companies, concrete companies in this industry, to have social media, and what I've learned from doing it grassroots myself. I think it's important because you have to tell your story. I think when you tell your story and it's something compelling, then people want to listen to that. And I think it's important for the concrete industry as well, because not many people know that this is a thing that people do share on social media about concrete, and a lot of people don't know a lot about concrete. They still call it cement. So I think it's really important to share your story, because Lauren Concrete, I get all the time too, is our CEO tells me, yeah, I get people texting me left and right. They're like, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn, I saw you on Facebook, and you're doing a great job. And he's like, I mean, it's not me, it's her, but so I think it's important because you reach more people than you realize on social media, and nobody would know probably about Lauren Concrete as well as they do without it. So that's what I would say. Did I answer that?
That was fantastic. I have another question.
Okay.
Because you've done this from scratch, and you've done it for a corporate entity, right? As an association, we have an approach that is much more focused on concrete national, right? How do we tell concrete story, not more concrete story? How do we tell concrete story? And I'm curious what your thoughts are about what you think the difference is between promoting Lauren Concrete versus promoting concrete.
Well, I think the difference really is just the heart behind the concrete, right? Is when you're telling your story, it's like you're telling the story of the people that are in your trucks and your CEO and the people that make Lauren Concrete what it is. And I think that adds on to the story of concrete overall, but I think the difference is just telling the fabric of our story and the people that make it a world-class company. So, yeah. Thank you.
I got one question too.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that a lot of the work that you've done starting off was with your phone, right?
Yes.
For a producer member who might be starting off with social media content, was maybe like one good topic or like area for them to really focus on? Like, yeah, this is a good place for me to start to kind of grow from your experience. So just starting out, what's like one good area to really tackle? Even if it's
Sure. Yeah. I would say projects, so you said what's a really good topic to focus on as somebody who's starting out in social media, who just has an iPhone or something. I would say projects is a huge one, and people and projects, because projects, things get poured all the time, and people don't always know who built that. And I think it's always exciting to be like, we did that, we were a part of that. And then people, obviously, because that's the backbone of our company. So I would say start with projects and people. Just follow that and then see where it takes you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.